Hi everyone, Medina here from Arise Humanity. Thank you so much for joining me and hope you're doing well. I have important daily inspiration to share today, which is that we are currently receiving absolutely huge solar upgrades happening on the planet. So this is solar energy that is coming down and creating incredible activations and upgrades in our DNA, huge higher levels of light coming down than we've ever received before. You might be absolutely feeling it at the moment in so many different ways. It is triggering many, many different ascension symptoms. For myself, I could feel it coming in last night as I was lying in bed, and I could feel really, really deep levels of stuff that hasn't been touched on for many, many years, like a really deep level coming up and triggering this stuff that for me, I didn't even know was still there, but I could feel this deep, deep sort of, it felt like primal sort of survival based sort of energy being triggered at a deepest level. And then I could feel it coming up. Sort of felt a bit like, which I, only once in my life when I was going through a really difficult time, I had um, panic attacks. This was probably, 17 years ago or something, but I just broken up from a relationship that I was really, really invested in, and unexpectedly it had broken up, and I, for the very first time in my life, felt these really strong sort of waves of anxiety come up, and so it felt that energy that I haven't felt for ever came up again last night. I could feel the energy of it coming up at a really deep level. And these solar upgrades, that's what they do. They go to the deepest level of our unhealed stuff, our wounding, and they dredge it up to the surface to be transmuted. And then how it presented for me was I got up and then I felt some waves of nausea coming up. And that was related to that stuff that I'd felt, which was primal survival energy type stuff, type anxiety. And so this is what the solar upgrades are doing at the moment, and it is being presented to people in whatever way, they haven't dealt with stuff. It's going to be sort of going straight to those areas and bringing them up. And this means that, for example, the people who are perhaps unresolved, or they've got a lot of stuff there, it's really can tip them over the edge. So people that are, very, very unaware, unawakened, and they've got a lot of stuff they haven't looked at, it can really be a tipping point for them, these types of energies. And it can make people go a bit kooky. So, you might be seeing that happening to people too at the minute, because it's huge, this energy that we're experiencing, which is energy that is supporting us in our very, very accelerated evolution at a soul level. So that's the first thing, being really aware that these upgrades are more powerful than we've ever experienced. And that will be coming to different people in different ways. It might be putting some people into like a healing crisis where they have to go to, hospital or whatever, all sorts of ways it can come up for different people. So that was my first point. My second point to do with that is that it's a really, really good time at the minute if you just take a moment to close your eyes and tune in on, your loved ones, the people around you, your friends, your family, your loved ones, and just scan everyone's energy and just sort of say, look, is there anyone out there that needs a bit of support, needs a helping hand, and just sort of tune in for a minute and scan everyone and just sort of say, look, is there anyone I can support? I did this the other day, and a name came up of a beautiful lady I hadn't talked to for a while. So I gave her a ring and chatted to her, and it was extremely synchronistic that I tuned into her at that moment, because that was a moment when she really felt like she needed some extra support. She'd had some challenges she'd been dealing with, and it was just the perfect time for someone to ring her and say, touch base and say, how are you going, and checking in on her. And she really appreciated it right at that moment, because she'd been through a lot of stuff, and she was feeling vulnerable, feeling things coming up within herself. And so that call made a big difference right at that moment. So just scan the people around you at the minute and just see, is there anyone that, could do with the call? And we're becoming much more tuned in, much more telepathic at the minute. So, you'll be able to tell if there's someone who's coming onto your field, maybe could do with a call or a touch base, and see how they are. So I hope that this is helpful for you at the minute, and that you're doing a lot of self-nurturing, because this is crucial. Things like, Epsom salts baths, they go in at a cellular level and help to shift things, and that water energy can really protect and cleanse our energy as well. And, there are so many ways that we need to be mindful to at the minute, our diet, food that we're taking in, drinking so much water, really hydrating, putting a little bit of Celtic salt, which has 80% of the minerals that your body needs in it, putting it just a tiny bit on your tongue every time you have water and hydrate, because it just helps your body fully absorb the water. And otherwise, you might notice that when you drink, you're not feeling that your body's really absorbing the water properly. So that Celtic salt, just a little bit on your tongue before you have your glass of water, helps you to really fully hydrate and fully be able to integrate and absorb that water into your cells and into your body. So that is a really brilliant tip, to have that every time, you're having water at the minute. So please leave any comments below of other ways that you can help to deal with the incredibly intense energies that are coming in, that are remembering that they're for our highest good and our highest best interest. And, the dark is not appreciating these energies at the moment. You might notice, for example, a friend was mentioning somebody who is sort of quite dark in their energy, and they were getting really, really tired looking and really worn out looking, and they were feeling really run down, because their heaviness and the darkness is being exposed. It's not able to necessarily integrate these energies and deal with these energies, and it's becoming more and more obvious, so they won't be dealing with these energies well. In fact, as these energies become more and more powerful, they may even find that they have to leave this plane. It's just too much energetically for them. They can't maintain a level of sort of heaviness and density. As these energies become lighter and lighter, they can't hold their energy on the planet. So this is a good thing. And all the light workers, you are being supported by more and more light, which is really, really beautiful. You can access this through meditation and just in a moment-to-moment basis, just by being. So this is really great. So enjoy these upgrades and these energies as much as you can, and know that if there are things coming up for you at the moment, it's in divine alignment for you to transmute these things and that it's all good, it's all positive, and that we can do this. We are all incredibly, infinitely, divinely amazing, awesome, empowered, or we wouldn't be here at this time. So thank you for listening. Hope that helps. Bye.